guys, Matt Richard here, another edition of Alternative Shred. This is our third installment and the last installment of our little mini series we're calling Legato Tapping. So if you've been kind of following along, and if you're just jumping in, I recommend you go back, of course, and watch the first two installments of this series to sort of catch up to where we are now. Just a very quick recap. We started by taking a basic diatonic C major scale, 3-note per string pattern that we all know and love. And replacing the third note of every phrase on every string with a tap instead of playing it with our left hand. Right? All hammer-ons from nowhere. We then took that, moved it into pentatonic world, and we did some stuff like this. We're now going to add a second tap with our ring finger. So now we're going to be playing upwards of 2, 3, 4 notes per string with our left hand and adding 2 taps with our right hand. So let's first apply it to our C major diatonic pattern that we did before. So again, originally we were doing this. So let's take that a step further, and what we're going to do is this. Let's take it into pentatonic world now and continue with that idea. So we started with this kind of thing. All right, with the double notes, we did that stuff before. So now let's add the right hand. So to avoid the unison notes like we talked about in the previous lesson, instead of doing 3 notes in the left hand and 1 note on the right, we're doing 2 plus 2. Right? Okay, so you might be wondering, well, what's the point? We already have a way to play that. With the other technique, why would we want to just change the number of fingers? Well, here's why. Because we can do some pretty neat stuff with this. Aside from the lick that we did in C major just a minute ago, we could apply that same technique to this. That would be pretty hard to play with the 3 and 1 technique because we'd have this weird thing going on with the pinky and it'd be very hard to sort of pull that off. So that is a cool thing. The other thing we can do is let's keep with the 2 plus 2 idea, but let's add a position shift and work our way up the scale. Again, something that would be much harder to do if we were sticking with this 3 plus 1. So let's do this. Right? Really, really neat stuff going on there. This is the kind of thing that you take this idea and move it to wherever suits you. Try some different keys or tonalities. Try a Lydian or Mixolydian version instead of just a straight pentatonic. Play around with this thing and try to come up with your own variations on these ideas. So I've shown you guys quite a few very different ways to do this stuff, and in some ways same exact sequence of notes, like that 3 and 1 thing we did, and then we moved it to 2 and 2. Use that, play with it, and come up with one that you like, that's comfortable for you. And whichever one you sort of settle into, you'll have different licks and ideas that will come up than maybe what I came up with, and that's the important part. That's what makes this stuff fun. So I hope you enjoyed this little mini series on what I like to call legato tapping. Hope you got some value out of it, and you can find some fun stuff to do with it. Again, my name is Matt Richard. If you're enjoying this stuff, please subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you find me, and let me know how you're digging this stuff. I will be back very soon with another lesson for Alternative Shred. And until then, keep rocking and have fun. Peace.